Thank you very much. It's spectacular. It's nice to be in Austin again, and I've been visiting my old haunts here, including the places where I used to play my flute out on 6th Street to make some money to pay for my beans that I would eat for dinner every night. I went around and trotted off to some places I used to go to, like the Ney Museum, which is a delightful little secret spot in Hyde Park where I used to live. It's good to catch the Austin spirit again. It's wonderful to be here. I am the 5th architect to receive this award in 63 years that it's been offered. That's about one architect every dozen or so years. This perspective gives me a great deal of pride for the profession that I'm a part of, and I'm very honored to be here to represent that profession. The previous architects who have received this honor have all been very interesting. The first of these architects was a man named Fernando Terry. He was born in Lima, Peru, and graduated from the UT School of Architecture in 1935. He returned to Peru, set aside his architecture degree and his architecture visions of grandeur, and eventually became the president of Peru and served for 3 terms. Apparently, the UT Architecture School gives you the kind of education that lets you to become a president. So, oh, maybe I'll make it. Anyway, Mr. Fernando Terry, among his many accomplishments, promoted a program of socially progressive housing projects for displaced indigenous communities in Peru. This was undoubtedly inspired by his studies here at UT. In 1968, Mr. Fernando Terry's second term as president was very difficult, and unfortunately, he was deposed by a violent military coup that left thousands of people dead in Peru. He was forced into exile. In 1969, the year after he was deposed, he then received this Distinguished Alumnus honor here at UT. Amazing. Returning to Peru, he armed with his Distinguished Alumnus Award, and on a platform of returning peace and stability to his country, he actually won a 3rd term as president. He was a rebel in many, many ways. He fought violence with peace, and he pushed back against authoritarian regimes. He set the gold standard for what it means to be a rebel architect, and I hope I can live up to his story. Of the other architectural winners from the past, one was my dean when I went to school here. His name was Hal Box. He was a beloved soul. Many of you may know him, and he gave me much to think about. It's good to be with his spirit now at this podium. It's important to note that 4 of the 5 architectural recipients are male. The last female was Tricia Wilson, who was honored here in 2004. Our profession has a great many more women who are truly remarkable. One of those women is here with us tonight, Elaine Molinar. I am her husband, and we have built our architectural company together. She has been instrumental in the work that I represent here today. Elaine is from El Paso, and she's also a graduate of the UT School of Architecture and a life member here. I thank her for all her powerful work and enormous amount of patience with me. We met at school, actually, here back in 1985, and we just celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary a couple of weeks ago. We've also run our architecture practice for 32 years together as business partners, so it's amazing. We don't have any children. I like to say that our buildings are our children. We're hopeful one day they'll take care of us when we're older. I congratulate her for her work today, and let's hope more of our profession's great women are recognized in the future. Let's hook 'em women in Architexas. That's what I say. Some of my professors are here today, Michael Benedict, who you saw, and Larry Speck, and they've been very meaningful to me. Without their insight, I'd not be the person or the architect I am. Their unwavering generosity and powerful intellect remain a resource not only to me, but the many students they have touched over decades of teaching. Thank you also to the director of our university's Blanton Museum, Simone Wika, who she's brought us and back to UT to build the new Blanton Gardens that are going to be opening soon here on campus. I'd like to congratulate my fellow honorees. They're incredible, and I'd especially like to thank my friend and inspiration, Jeannie Klein, and her husband, Mickey Klein, who are also distinguished alumnus who are here. They're wonderfully spiritual people and powerful forces in the world of art and architecture. I'd like to stop finally, and in closing, I want to recognize my family. They're quite special people. My big brother, Scott Dykers, is also a UT graduate, and he received numerous awards for his work as an engineer. He stabilized the San Jacinto Monument near Houston, Texas, which you may know of, saving one of Texas' great monuments. He hurricane-proofed the Astrodome, allowing it to be used in emergencies over the years due to its new stability. He created and conceived the longest cable-stay bridge across the Mississippi River while he was still a student at the engineering school here. He is truly an inspiration. Scott and I were the first in our family to receive any kind of upper-level education. Certainly a university degree was unknown in our family. Our parents were very poor. They came from families of historically maligned populations. They had absolutely no education after the age of 15, and they worked all their lives and saved their money up so that we could go to school. UT accepted my brother and I to get the chance that my family didn't have. I cannot thank my parents enough for their love and support, and the university for giving me and my family the chance to succeed. I look forward to honoring this award in the future, and thanks to you all, and good fortune to everyone. Thank you very much.